Hello, Mr. Parker here, and welcome to this short video about the new updated Home Learning Policy 2021 for secondary at HIS. As professionals and educators, we're of the opinion that home learning should not be one size fits all and should help to develop students' understanding and interests in a variety of ways and at a variety of different levels. In the past, the more traditional homework task may have seen a whole class set the same task regardless of ability and level of understanding. As a working party, we decided that the old homework policy was therefore no longer fit for purpose. We strive to adapt the curriculum in order to enhance every student's individual experience and learning journey, so this needed to be reflected in our home learning policy too. Here is the policy. I won't spend your time reading through the document now, as I suspect many of you will have already seen it, but I would like to highlight the main difference between the old and new policies. The students will now be given the autonomy to take more control of the tasks that they complete as homework. Numerous tasks will be set within each subject area, and there will be more emphasis on the students choosing the homework tasks that are most applicable to their learning, thus meaning that separate students within the same class may be completing different homework tasks to each other that are more suited to them individually. The second half of the policy, now on screen, explains the format and details a little further. The students can access all homework resources available to them for each subject by visiting their class notebook with that subject within Microsoft Teams. And I'm just going to show you how to do that now. So as I head into Teams, I'll have all of my classes at the side. I've managed to join a few classes myself. So I'm going to go into my Year 8 music class that I've joined, and I'm going to go to the top and click Class Notebook. Within Class Notebook, I can find all of the notes on different tasks and also record my work so that my teacher can see what I've done and can monitor my work. Once we click this button, we have a little menu, and you'll see, hopefully, within the content library here, some home learning that I can look at. And here are the sections that Mr. Isbell has put up for my class's work. So just to give you an example, here are some instructions written in Class Notebook. Just as an example, let's have a look at Home Learning Section 3. You'll see here that there is a few different tasks. There are options for me to choose, and they are different kinds of tasks. They're not necessarily just a very short, very quick turnaround of a deadline, and there are lots of different things for me to consider for these homework tasks. I'll show you another quick example. If I go into my English class, and I go to my class notebook, and if we use the menu button at the side, and you'll see home learning tasks. Some teachers may have just put up a PDF or a Word document, so in this case I can just double click this to download that document and then have a look at what my Macbeth home learning task might be. So I'll just show you this document. So Mr. Hagan has uploaded this for my choice of activities for Macbeth homework. There are lots of different things that I can choose from here, and you'll notice for this particular one there are non-negotiables, and then there are skill builder tasks and enrichment and exploration tasks. So a lot of different things for me to choose from depending on my ability and understanding of Macbeth. So assuming that I wanted to complete something like this, to create a character profile for 2 characters, the way I can start to record my work on Class Notebook is if I just go back into here and I click on my name and then go into homework. I can then just start adding in my pages here. Oops, help if I spelled it correctly. So I will do character profile for Lady Macbeth, and I can record my work here, and that way as soon as I've done it on my class notebook, it is there for Mr. Hagan to see, and he can then monitor my work and I can come back to it at a later date. It's all stored online so that everyone can access it at all times. Just going to go back to my PowerPoint. Okay, the nature of the task will differ from subject to subject, and it will be made clear to the students what is expected of them within each subject area to ensure they do continue to make progress and enrich their learning, as you saw in those few examples. However, all subjects have made the tests available on Class Notebook. All students will be recording and posting evidence of their work on Class Notebook, and home learning progress will be monitored by class teachers periodically on Class Notebook. So the overall theme is that it is going to be very central on Class Notebook using Teams. It's worth noting as well that OneNote, Microsoft OneNote, will open up Class Notebook as well, and that might be a preferable option for some students. It works in exactly the same way. Finally, as part of Mrs. Clifford's communication to parents, you will have received table overviews of the upcoming homework within subject areas. Just to clarify, these are purely guidance for yourselves in addition to the more detailed information available from class teachers on Microsoft Teams. If you have any further questions about the home learning policy, there will be a question and answer session with myself held on Zoom, the details of which will be sent out shortly. Thank you for listening.